guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be installing a PLM header on the Prelude, the Tri-Y style header, and it should turn out pretty good. I'm really excited for it. But before we do that, we are going to take the car to the butt dyno. I don't have a dyno to take it to, so instead we're going to do the butt dyno and see how it feels. So the plan is to do a second gear pull before and a second gear pull after, and also do an exhaust clip before and an exhaust clip after. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Just do a pull over here, maybe first to second, since this leads us into the highway. So do like a 4,000 pull, yeah. Alright, we're gonna do an exhaust shot. Same place where I did it with the Evo. Alright guys, time to go ahead and start with this header. But before, let's go ahead and unbox it. Now I already opened it, but I'll show you guys what it looks like. It comes very well packaged, a lot of padding, just like you expect. Here's the gasket. Here's one of the pieces. And here's the upper part. And then here's another pipe. And the last one. And another gasket. Now this is what it's gonna look like. Let me see if I can piece it all together. But yeah, that's the way that's gonna look like. And of course you're gonna push everything to the top and put these bolts on it. And then the very last piece, it's gonna be this piece right here. And this just goes right here. But this is gonna look a lot better than the OEM one that's on the car. It's gonna look so much cleaner in here. And hopefully it sounds a little bit better and it pulls a little bit better. I read online forums that people get maybe 10 horsepower, maybe 5 to the wheels. But yeah, everything looks really nice too. I actually got mine from a store on eBay called Click to Buy Here, and they got this shipped to my house really quick. Not only that, when I got mine, they were having like a make an offer deal. So I just made them an offer and they countered and I took it. Yep, looks nothing like when I first got it. Things first, put some PB blaster on the exhaust bolts. Okay, last one's out. Now this should come off. I always like to start off by trying to remove the hardest bolts just to make sure I get all the difficult stuff out the way. And I think that one's going to be the hardest one to get to because of that bracket and this bracket. Alright, since we got the hardest bolt already loosened, I'm going to finish loosening all of these up. Then I'm going to do those. Now if you're watching this and you want to do it yourself, be careful. You don't want to break any of these off because that's going to be a pain. So if you really don't know what you're doing, let a shop do it. I just set PB blaster on them and I slowly tap them out. But anyway, that's all done. The last step I got to do here is just loosen up the bottom exhaust bolts, which you're not going to be able to see on video. And then those right there, I'm going to end up maybe cutting off or breaking off and then using new bolts on the new header. Alright, I got those bolts off and now I have a lot of clearance. Okay, the last one's pretty much off.
Like your G.
Okay, after a long battle, I got those out. Well, I cut them out. Same but different, right? Here's the old one. But right now I'm gonna finish taking these bolts off and then get this off and start putting a new one in. We should just be able to pull this out. Yes. And there you go. If you look closely, you can see the valves in there. I'm gonna try to clean that carbon out of there just a little bit. You gotta be real careful to not put any bad liquids in there. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of sea foam. Okay, I try to clean that as much as possible. There's still a lot left in there that's not gonna come off. Maybe we should just put the old one back on. Not. Okay, and before we can install the rest of the header, I have to cut the cross member right here. You just make a little notch, probably right here or so, just to allow more clearance for the header. So I ended up cutting, just like I said, of right here and right here. My advice would be is to put this one on and see where you have to cut before you cut. And this is how it fits. It's a pretty tight fit. There's actually a little bit of clearance, and my guess is once I hook everything up, it's gonna pull it that way anyway. But yeah, pretty much done. I just gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with those cat bolts. Alright guys, so I ended up removing the exhaust so that way I could remove the cat altogether, because I did not want to have to drill those bolts out since I cut them off. Instead, I have this cat in the garage from another old Prelude, and this one is all ready to go. I just need a gasket and bolt it back on. Alright guys, the exhaust is back on, and my plan is to drive the car the way it is. Just open the header all the way over there, so it's going to be really loud. I just gotta put this back on, and then we're gonna go ahead and go to the shop. It's probably gonna be pretty obnoxious driving down the road, but we just gotta go to the shop and we're gonna have them put the flex pipe on and put the flanges on, and then we'll be good to go. This is actually the next day because yesterday it was too late. The shop was already closed. But I want to show you guys what I picked up to make this work. We're gonna have to take it to an exhaust shop so they can figure out how they want to put everything on, including the flex pipe. Instead, what I did is I went and bought everything myself because I know exactly what I want done. So one of the things I got is a 4-inch flex pipe with extra piping, and then another one, just a short one. I don't know which one they're gonna prefer, so I just got both. And then I also got this. I had a really hard time finding a flange that fits the other side of the header. So instead I'm gonna have them weld this on one side, and the other one's gonna go on the other side of the flex pipe. But let's go ahead and head out and see if they can make it work. Yo guys, this car is so loud. Listen, I don't think the camera does it justice of how loud it is, but it is very loud. Alright guys, and we're back in the car, and the exhaust is all finished up now. And I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's not nearly as loud as what it was before. Listen. Like, it kind of sounds good. Not nearly as loud, of course, is why it sounded like with the open header, but it doesn't sound loud, and it actually sounds pretty good. But we're gonna pull off and do another exhaust clip and see what it sounds like now versus before, and then I'm also gonna do another pull just to see if we can actually see anything on camera, if it's actually accelerating a little faster or not, which I really doubt it. I mean, it's only a header without a full exhaust, so I don't know, we'll see. Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and get an exhaust clip with the header on, so that way we can do it before and after comparison. My guess is that it should sound pretty much the same. It should be a little bit louder though with the header on, but for the most part it should sound pretty much the same. It shouldn't be too much different. Yeah, it doesn't sound a whole lot different. It for sure sounds a little bit louder. I'm still on the fence on if it sounds better before or after. And there's something else I noticed about the header. Once you drive it a few miles, it's gonna start changing colors. I'm sure all the other headers do the same thing. I know I noticed it before. It turns like a bluish purple color. It definitely looks a lot better now in here though. The engine bay looks a lot better with the header on. But for the most part, it's not a direct bolt-on. You do have to tweak it a little bit like you saw. So if you're looking for a direct bolt-on, you know, this is not going to be it. But a lot of people like the header. They get really good gains with the header, so it's all subjective. But once again, guys, this about wraps up the video for today. And as always, I want to thank everyone for watching and stay tuned for the next video. Bye.